Should I do it or should I not? Should I do this or should I do that? Should I prepare first and figure out the best way to do it before I start doing? Am I good enough to do it? How will other people look at me if I do it? What if I failed? I must look really bad. I'm afraid of failing, so I must be prepared. I will only do this when that happens. Okay, I'm just gonna spend the next 500 days thinking without doing it. And finally, I will definitely figure out how. Hi everyone, welcome. Today I want to talk about just do it.
These Nike slogans, please just...
Funny enough, I was thinking about how should I shoot this video because this is a big topic. Then I have an idea. I'm going to do this in the most authentic way by shooting this video without thinking about how I should do it. So the entire video is unscripted and unprepared. Bear with me. Even myself is not sure what's going to happen in this video, but I can guarantee you that it's going to be very adventurous because unknown is curious, right?
Are you sure?
I recall yesterday a friend of mine called me. She's sharing some of her thoughts on some of the people and the instances that she encountered recently and asking me for opinions. I remember one of the feedback I gave her is that do not think too much. The first time I heard just do it is from the Nike commercials, which I did not really understand at that time. I think I was in the high school. You know, everybody from the high school wanted Nike basketball sneakers. That's why I remember it. Nowadays, I have a much better understanding of it. First of all, I want to share a book, A $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan, which says now, not how. It's very interesting. It actually resonates with me a lot. I would like to invite you to think about this. How many goals or how many things that you would like to do and you have not tried it just because you think too much? Let me think about a story that I had because I thought too much. For example, shooting videos. You know, the first time I shoot the video, I worry so much about how people will look at me. And I worry about how I look on the video. And I worry about if I was able to speak fluently or be able to deliver the message that I want to deliver. The more I think about that, the less I was able to talk. My capability to deliver the message, my ability to speak to the camera goes down. I remember there were once or twice that I feel really so much resistance to shoot the video because I worried about it's not good enough. I worried about I didn't script enough. Here's the thing, I told myself, no matter what, I'm gonna do it because I know that doing it is the only way and is the right way for me to achieve my goal. The not so good feeling or the thoughts of not prepared enough is actually stopping me doing the right thing that I want to do. So I tell myself that, okay, even it sucks, I'm going to shoot it, edit it, and upload it. I would rather upload a bad video than not uploading a video, right? So a worse video is much better than no video. That's what I told myself. And I was then able to proceed to finish the video. In the end, it's not that bad. After I've done everything, I feel so happy. And the result is actually much better than I expected when I was in that worrisome status. Another example I want to give. In my middle school and in my high school, I was always nervous in the math exams. Ironically, my math score has been always the top in the class. However, I still worry about it because there is a chance in the math program that I could not solve the problem. I always focus on worrying about not solving the problem and which actually became such a big mental barrier. And I totally ignored that how many math exams I've taken and how well I've done for years of track record. And finally, in the most important exam, I blew up. So that's another example of thinking too much before doing it. What else? This is so unorganized.
2,000 years later.
I want to share another story.
Yes.
In my practice of improving my communication skills, there is an exercise that I do on a daily basis, which is talk to strangers, cold approach, or send cold emails to people that I would like to know. Every time before I started this cold approach behavior, I always worry so much about how the people is going to react and what will be the outcome. Here's the simple thing. The worst thing of a cold approach, cold phone call, or cold email is a rejection. And there are many other outcomes that's better than rejection. What about the outcome of not taking the action? 0 is nothing. Which is better, a rejection or nothing?
Nothing.
I personally choose rejection because every rejection is actually a good reward and good feedback to our brain, let the brain realize that rejection is nothing serious. So our resistance, or let's say our acceptance, our feeling towards rejection will become more and more neutral, which is actually a very great capability to have, no matter if you want to proceed in your career or if you want to negotiate with other people. So rejection is better than nothing. And what about the other outcomes that's better than rejection? Definitely better than nothing, right? Let me share some actual stories. I used to send cold emails to senior executives within my previous employer, and the result has been better than I expected. So that's another example of taking actions before thinking too much. Let's think about why we think so much. I think the brain is wired in a way that we're afraid. Our ancestors, when they're in the wild, they have to make good decisions, because between good and bad decisions, the difference is survival and death. So the consequence of bad decisions is severe. However, in modern days, majority of the risks of actions that we choose to take is very small. In most of the cases, our life is not threatened. There's really not much downside. So because of our brain's conditioned that way, we naturally have resistance to take actions. The brain naturally has a pattern to feel anxious and worry and generate all kinds of thoughts to prevent us to take actions. I think how much we are able to resist or not be impacted by small ideas or thoughts the brain gave us, and ignore the short-term emotions, focus on productive actions and behaviors, the outcome is going to be very, very different. I think that's the main distinguisher between very successful people and normal people. And I want to be a very successful people. So a lot of the practice I do every day and the challenges I do every week targets on taking actions. Even we're thinking a lot, even we have these short-term emotions, fear, anxiety, that's preventing me doing it, I'm still going to do it. That has become my lifestyle and my philosophy. So overall, I guess what I want to say is that anything that we want to achieve, any future that we want to build, we can only build it through taking actions, through doing it. Thinking sometimes can be necessary. For example, if we're making a critical decision, we can use logical thinking to avoid some bad decisions. However, in many situations, we overthink. In those situations, thinking is actually preventing us to take actions to achieve our goals. So next time, when you want to do something and your brain starts to generate all the excuses and ideas and all the thoughts that gives you all kinds of reasons why not to do it, you know that it's not real, and realize what the brain is doing and still take the action. I want to end this video really quick by saying, just do it. Just do it.